type of people. Yo, I'm the only type of people that are left to play your game. Yo, I'm the only type of person that will play your game. The degenerate, canceled, dumb, zero IQ bum. I mean, I'm like y'all. I'm just like you guys. Maybe I. No, listen.
Best stream.
This user validation, vanity. Forget it. This user.
Weasley little liar, dude.
Bloodlust right now.
Crazy ass.
Y'all ready to see the trailer? Have you all seen the Grand Theft Auto trailer? Y'all ready? Even if you don't play GTA, aren't you kind of excited for GTA? Something new to happen in this video game industry. I do love that they haven't done anything new with the fucking... I need to stop cussing so much, guys. I've been listening to some of my stuff back. I have quite the sailor mouth. I do love the aesthetic of the Grand Theft Auto box with all the different squares. But now, this isn't a release date. Pre-orders start June 25th, and do you really need to pre-order it? I wouldn't. That's it. That's all we're getting. No gameplay footage here. But that was the official cover art. So, official cover art's reveal. Pre-orders announced. How many years of your life will you all lose to this? That's a good question to ask. Do not pre-order a game that has been postponed 100 times. By the actual time you play the game, you could have put that $100 pre-order into an investment account and doubled it. Yeah, but fucking a meal for 2 or 3 at Texas Roadhouse, treating your mates out for a fucking nice dinner. Like, that's kind of the same as buying a copy of GTA. Who cares? Not that much to worry about. Why would that be hilarious? We should all root for Grand Theft Auto 6. Honestly, because people don't watch the same TV shows anymore. The only thing that culturally connects us all is politics, which is why everybody's always infected with it. So we need a thing that everybody's gonna do. No split halftime shows, no this is the GTA game for the diverse crowd, none of that. Everyone coming together to play GTA. Why is everyone giving financial advice? But the pre-orders is stupid, don't do it. The fucking gall to announce pre-orders and not show a single piece of gameplay, yeah, it is kind of cringe, I guess. Dude, I cannot believe y'all still give a fuck about Kingdom Hearts. The plot's too confusing, it doesn't make no fucking sense, everyone's dead or a dream or a mirage because it's Final Fantasy bullshit. I will not pay this game if I can't play as LGBTQ+. You don't actually mean that. Have we ever seen a pre-order announced before? That's kinda weird. Alright. So there's a new Splatoon game coming out. XQC apparently has feelings on Splatoon. This is the only influencer video game drama we got today, because I don't know anything else about the peanut. It is fucking hard to understand. Don't you even try to try to act like people at Square Enix know how to fucking write characters or plots. Don't do it.
Thanks to Gone and other creators, NXT's now getting involved, already hitting a nasty zip caster kill. You know, that's fucking heavy.
Holy 46 months.
Go a nasty zip caster kill. Was it average? Okay, yo, chill out.
Go to
a ferret VTuber.
You are looking good today. Can I get a welcome to
ferret VTuber?
First time ever. XQCL.
Nah, I respect that. That's cool shit. I used to have a ferret when I was young. His name is Fluffy.
Hey, mate, look.
Oh, come on.
The ferret VTuber was more shocking to XQC than this game.
Come on, bro. You really? Literally anyone else? Yo.
Can I get a welcome to the jungle?
I'm the only type of people. Yo, I'm the only type of people that are left to play your game. Yo, I'm the only type of person that will play your game. The degenerate, canceled, dumb fuck, zero IQ bum. I mean, I'm like y'all. I'm just like you guys.
Still maybe goated content.
No, listen.
Best stream.
So what's going on is XQC's doing kind of like, you know, Fortnite has Mr. Beast in it, iShowSpeed is probably in there, and all that stuff, XQC, and then this person from Japan in representation. But like literally anybody else, like they're kind of being shitty. What XQC do wrong?
I may not look like it, but I'm you. I am you. We are, bro. We're together like this. No, as you're playing Splatoon 3, are you complaining about it?
XQCL,
Gonna get colonized.
Welcome to the jungle, please.
Anyone wanting to watch XQC play Splatoon need to know that he is a Trump supporter and has met the man wearing a t-shirt with his face on it. Y'all know that XQC's like Canadian. He didn't vote in the election.
Wanted to watch XQC play Splatoon, need to know he's a Trump supporter and then wearing a t-shirt on his face. Okay. I'm going to colonize. Chat, how do I colonize? Chat, I thought the colonize. Yeah, I thought you had to fuck. Like, I'm not, bro, I'm playing a video game with the sticks, yo. Like, Jesus Christ.
I'm playing a video game with the sticks. It's never been said better, brah.
Like, what? Bro, I'm playing with the sticks. Bro. Okay. Chat, I will give you guys a dose of truth, okay?
XQC is about to share his fucking knowledge with the people. You all listen.
If playing a game, you say this, it's after I rancid you, you are rancid. Yo, you are rancid by acting like this. This is a rancid person. So,
XQC 13.4. If you accuse someone of coming into your community and they're gonna bring rancid people, they themselves is rancid. Write his words down.
It's ironic because you want to defend your game from some people, but you are that people. Meaning the game should outcast you. That I am the face of Splatoon. I am.
See, didn't Aaron Hansen used to be like the ambassador of Sonic, and everyone fucking hated that, and he always apologized. And no, guys, I say things, but I don't really hate Sonic. XQC just be like, I'm the face of it. Boom, 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 boom. You all suck. Such confidence.
Bitch ass, who are you? You're nobody. I own your game, pup.
Got him. I love that this is our one influencer drama today. I love the confidence. Attention and community don't always want the same thing. Drama and gossip. No one follows you for gameplay, BS. Ah, that's it. We ain't ratioed today. Everyone's happy. Now, so this is a more part of the video game news. Remember when, Nintendo was suing Palworld for stealing from them, even though they never did that? Well, apparently, Nintendo's screwing up. I think they're getting, like, countersued or something. I haven't kept up with the Palworld Nintendo thing after I heard that, you know, Palworld was staying above water, but I'm curious what's happening now.
Fellas, Nintendo is officially set to completely lose their lawsuit against Palworld, and now there's not much of anything that Nintendo can do to stop it. There's a lot to go over, so let's get into it. From Windows Central, Nintendo wanted to block Palworld. Now it faces a 0% chance and a measly $30,000 payout. And oh man, this is amazing. Oh, this is the best news ever, guys. So what happened? Well, it turns out Nintendo was trying to swing its massive wallet around and destroy Palworld for a good year.
Remember, if you're following the LEGO drama with bricks and minifigs, and you are shocked by how they're just using the tactics of we'll bury you in court and make it so it's not even worth it so we can just steal from you. I want y'all to know Nintendo just does that, and we act like they're great and everyone buys their products. Just remember, Nintendo is fully no different than bricks and minifigs. In fact, they're worse because they only want you to pay retail fucking price. They probably would sue GameStop if they could.
in a bit, thinking,
I
we
love
can get away with
XQC.
it, right? As Games Frey, who's been at the epicenter of this conflict, confirms here, Nintendo officially has a 0 chance of winning their lawsuit now, according to new information. According to what's being presented, the public record here strongly confirms that both parties, Nintendo and Pocket Pair, have completed their pleadings and submissions of evidence, which pretty much means they can no longer submit more evidence or claims, and now this is all locked in stone. The final court presentation for this whole thing is now scheduled for October 1st, 2026, after which a decision will be finalized in November 2026, and a key point of this entire thing, as seen here, is Nintendo has confirmed that going forward, their claims and what they want from this case will only be usable against older versions of Palworld, but that this has no effect or power over the current state of Palworld as a whole, considering, in case you don't know, Palworld will be going into a
So, like, Palworld has to go, like, change all of its snapshot beta shit. This game's gotten a lot of updates. I might have to play this on stream. I have Palworld. I love it. Is it even out yet? Is it still in early access?
its 1.0 official release come July 10th this year. So, Nintendo looked at what
Oh, fuck everybody. Get your Palworld if you don't have it yet. It's pretty good. It's kind of like the dinosaur game Arc Evolution, but it's Pokemon creatures, and it's funner than more Pokemon, honestly.
Pocket Pair was doing, saw the tsunami of awesome and went, well, we can't stop that, can we? And their lawyers put their hands on their shoulders and went, nope, no, you cannot. This effectively narrows the scope of what Nintendo can even do going forward, because by admitting that their claims have no basis in the court of law, considering the current state of Palworld, it means Nintendo knows deep down they done goofed, guys, like really badly. They flew too close to the sun, and now this Pidgeotto is cooked, as the kids would say. Another point given is that due to what's going on here, Nintendo will also have no injunction of impact on anything that Pocket Pair does going forward. In case you don't know what that means, an injunction is a court order that forces a party in a lawsuit to make a very specific action. An injunction can also be a similar court order that restrains one party from legally doing something due to the lawful bind that they're also in. So either the courts realize that Nintendo is rightfully in the wrong, and this will, in theory, stop Nintendo from ever attacking Pocket Pair again.
Okay, this is gonna sound bad, but bro's just gonna throw some Fire Emblem Three Houses cutscenes in here. I have to skip forward, because don't want spoilers. I've been playing it for 2 years. I'll get there, damn it.
Long as they already did, because if you don't remember, Nintendo's original claims were very serious. You see, they wanted Palworld to be erased from existence. That was really the goal of this lawsuit. Nintendo firmly stated if they won their lawsuit, which they filed in the first place of course, that when successful, Pocket Pair would need to remove Palworld from all platforms available and destroy any copies of the game. That included any merchandise,
Yeah, see where you're shooting a monster and there's a life bar and you can ride your monster like a mount and it can fire guns and be a tank? Just like Pokemon.
T-shirts, any collaborations already done or that are in the works, all of it. Nintendo was so hungry for this annihilation, they were willing to destroy Palworld to ensure that nobody could ever challenge their throne. But why even do that? Simple. It's about Pokemon. As a brand, Pokemon is the most profitable brand in the world right now. They eclipse even the Marvel Cinematic Universe, all the Disney stuff. Like, Pokemon makes so much money that Nintendo could just do Pokemon games and they would still be billionaires. That's why this matters. It wasn't because Palworld was even really encroaching on their turf, because Palworld is not available on Nintendo's platforms. It's definitely not going to come there now in the future, I'm guessing as well, but it's only playable on everything outside.
I don't think it would. Maybe it could run on the Switch too. It kind of has trouble on my Steam Deck. Oh, I didn't get the news article, but one of those, like, the handheld PC things that came out, it cost $1,200. Don't buy that. Buy the Steam Deck.
of Nintendo's ecosystem, right? Steam, PlayStation,
I do got a Steam
Xbox,
Deck, yes,
but
I love
Nintendo
it.
was so greedy. They wanted nobody to have an alternative to Pokemon because it would mean that they would make less money. And I think that's really the scummiest part of all of this for me, because Palworld existing wouldn't even affect Nintendo's Pokemon sales because they wouldn't be competing on their platform for Pokemon anyways.
I got disappointed with a real life friend of mine. Like, legit. We were all gonna boycott Pokemon. We said, we're adults now. We're up there. We're almost gonna be middle-aged soon. We need to stop. They don't deserve our money. This franchise sucks. These Pokemon suck. They're not creative anymore. And I haven't bought a game since Sun and Moon that he bought. He bought the new Legends game and texted me.
On all of
Shameful.
available platforms combined is insane. Nintendo knows that Pokemon's power is undefeated. They never have to innovate or give you anything you ask for, because why? Where are you?
It's fucking slop. That's why it's in the same place as Disney and Marvel. Ugh, I can't take it no more. I'm sure there's a lot more of this video, but we got the headlines. We know that Pokemon's trash. What more is there to know? And Palworld's great. Alright, so into some more gaming content. I want to see the 17.5 million indie game that died in silence. This video sounds interesting. Hopefully that won't be our game. Let's see what the lore here is.
With a $17.5 million budget that released and died all within the span of a few months. And you probably didn't even know about it. Starlight Revolver had funding from venture capitalists and angel investors, paid collaborations with Sarah Benito and Lily Pichu. It even had 100,000 wishlists on Steam and was one of the most played demos of 2025.
Oh, we got a post-mortem game dev. They had their wish lists. What went wrong?
On the surface, it sounded like the making of a game that had everything going for it. Success served on a silver platter. But when the game launched in 2026, it peaked at just under 1,000 players, and the studio announced the game's cancellation just 3 weeks later. So what happened? How did a game that looks this cool and had so much going for it collapse so quickly? This is the story of Starlight Revolver, an indie game that blew $17 million and now has nothing to show for it. Starlight Revolver was developed by Daniel Zhao, who founded the game studio Paddle Labs in 2021. While in lockdown during COVID, Daniel took up game development, reaching out to some friends who had a shared interest in anime and action role-playing games, and came to them with the idea of creating a JRPG-inspired 4-player co-op game with an anime aesthetic. However, since Daniel didn't have any game dev experience at this point, the first step was, well, to learn how to actually develop a game. He started out simple, honing his skills and building a prototype over the course of 2 years. This prototype, which we'll talk about later, eventually got scrapped in favor of a new game, a 3-player isometric roguelite that drew inspiration from games like The Binding of Isaac and Hades. He called it Starlight Revolver. Seeing Starlight Revolver for the first time,
Well, there's a mistake. While he's making his game, designing that, he's taking what's popular at the time. And Hades 2 is out. No one needs another one.
What caught most people's attention was the art style. It was bright and polished and had the kind of anime aesthetic that stops you dead in your tracks mid-doom scroll and makes you think, man, I want to give that a try.
I just think they're neat.
Part of Starlight Revolver's early success was a huge campaign on TikTok. They pushed out tons of content where they talked about game development, showed off their journey as an indie studio, and were generally endearing online. They also had tons of pre-rendered clips with the characters of the game that looked really good. Like I said, the kind of game people would look at and say, hey, I want to try that out. Their presence on social media drummed up quite a bit of hype for Starlight Revolver. There wasn't too much on the gameplay side of things, but the art style, it was enough to get people interested.
Oh, this looks pretty good. Oh, I love the animation.
By 2025, Starlight Revolver had more than 100
That's a problem. You can easily get some kind of indie animation house to make you a fucking baller intro. That don't mean the game's gonna be that cool.
100,000 wishlists on Steam. It was one of the most played demos during Steam Next Fest, and it seemed poised to be an instant hit once it finally released. Capitalizing on the hype, Daniel made a post in r/GameDev talking about his journey as an indie game developer and hoping to impart some of his wisdom. While many Redditors congratulated him on the game's success, others had some questions. The first being about the studio's funding. In this Reddit post, Daniel writes, quote, "You don't need much to get started. I went off savings for the first year, then raised $2 million in year 2 and $15 million in year 3 from venture capital. $17 million in 3 years without even releasing a single game?" To put it lightly, people were shocked. One Redditor remarked, "Y'all remember when Tim Schafer, highly respected game industry veteran with a long track record, launched a Kickstarter and raised $3.3 million? $15 million. That's a lot of money. You could pay for a used private jet for that much, or maybe a yacht, or even, I don't know, one hospital visit in the United States. I'm joking. How Paddle Labs was able to raise 5 times that much left a lot of people confused. After all, Daniel was marketing himself as a self-made, ground-up game developer, and this contrasted harshly with the fact that Paddle Labs seemed to have more support than many AA studios.
This is a load of barnacles.
So, people started doing some digging. They found information on Daniel's employment history, on the devs at Paddle Labs, and found out that the whole thing wasn't exactly the self-made indie game developer shtick that was being presented.
I wonder if it's the same as Mixtape, where no way in hell it's indie because there's a Nepo baby running it and has a whole bunch of licensed fucking music.
It's true that Daniel had only started game development about 2.5 years earlier, and he'd come a long way since then. But he was also working with a team full of industry veterans who were doing a lot of the coding. Developers from Capcom, Ubisoft, and Riot Games. The deep dive into Daniel's background also revealed a lot about his employment history. Before he started Paddle Labs, he worked at a number of crypto companies. In 2016, he was an angel investor, investing seed money in fintech, gaming, and AI startups. Then he was a software engineer at Jump LLC, helping build their crypto trading site. Then he worked at Robinhood, the investing company at the center of the GameStop debacle. And then he was a software engineer at a military defense company, before finally founding Paddle Labs in 2021. If we go back and look at the studio's landing page from way back in 2021, you'll find this block of text. We're backed by amazing investors such as Box Group, Pear, A16Z GP Andrew Chen, Zynga founder Mark Pincus, and Eventbrite founder
the Zynga founder is the most fucking smartest motherfucker in the video game industry ever and pretty much made Facebook get some money today.
Kevin Hartz. Keep in mind, this was before they had any sort of prototypes to even show investors. They didn't have a game, they didn't have screenshots, and they didn't really even have a reputation. How could this game studio, led by someone with no game development background, secure so many prominent investors without so much as a gameplay demo?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
After some more digging, people realized that Starlight Revolver wasn't the only things that Paddle Labs had been developing. Back in 2023, Andreessen Horowitz led a $15 million round of funding, which included investments from Pear VC, Box Group, Long Journey Ventures, Neo, and Global Founders Capital. The funding was meant to go towards game development, but also something else. One of Andreessen Horowitz's partners, Jonathan Lai, wrote a post on their blog in which he praised Paddle Labs for developing, quote, a UGC platform for players to create their own anime-style mods and worlds. UGC stands for User-Generated Content, and it became quickly apparent that Paddle Labs was developing more than just a game. They were making a game-making tool. In a separate LinkedIn post, Lai writes, quote, Paddle Labs is democratizing anime game creation, opening up creator tools for players to build their own anime games, enhanced via AI and procedural generation. We're very excited about the potential for AI-assisted UGC to transform IP into dynamic, never-ending game franchises. It quickly became clear that these venture capitalists weren't just investing in Paddle Labs because they thought that Starlight Revolver had potential, they were investing in an AI-powered game building tool. Paddle Labs was creating a way for anyone to make their own games with an anime aesthetic. Many of these investors saw the potential for something like an anime version of Roblox. Give the players the tools to make their own games and watch the platform.
Well, Mike, if only it were true. Oh, maybe the tech still exists. That sounds like what you need.
Explode in popularity. With all of this research in hand, Starlight Revolver's discussion page on Steam exploded. People were ripping into the game for being a crypto scam, an NFT scam, a hotbed for AI. It got so bad that Daniel had to make an official blog post telling people that Starlight Revolver wasn't some cryptocurrency rug pull. It was a legit game made by real people. And it was. There's no denying that underneath all the layers of sketchy funding, at the heart of Paddle Labs were game devs who really wanted Starlight Revolver to succeed. They cared a lot about the game they were making and seemed to be caught between a rock and a hard place. Still, most casual viewers weren't privy to many of the things going on behind the scenes. All they saw was a game with a cool aesthetic that they wanted to try out for themselves.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
On June 19th, 2025, the Starlight Revolver demo went live during Steam Next Fest, and the general consensus was actually pretty good. As one journalist put it, the real thing that's pulling me in so far is the vibes. Pato Labs has spent a lot of money working with the animators at Studio Yada, the team behind Vampire Survivors, Rivals of Aether, and Sonic Mania, to produce promo trailers for the game. The vibes were great. The art style was exactly what had been promoted. There was a lively social hub called Nishi Island, where players could fish and hoverboard between runs, but beneath the Technicolor veneer, the game was also kind of broken. Starlight Revolver was, as we mentioned, a roguelite that drew heavy inspiration from games like Hades. You play as one of 4 divers, each of whom has a unique set of skills and abilities, join up with 2 other players, and battle through levels, getting stronger as you go. Unfortunately, the demo gave very little onboarding information for new players. It lacked basic features like key rebinding, characters would constantly clip out of bounds, environments wouldn't load, and friends couldn't join each other's sessions. But, to be fair, many who tried the demo were willing to look past these shortcomings because, hey, it's a demo. Pato Labs still had several months to get all of the bugs ironed out. And while there was still a loud, vocal minority who were claiming the game was going to be a crypto scam, many were cautiously optimistic. In fact, the game had over 100,000 wishlists on Steam and was one of the top 10 most played demos during Steam Next Fest. Over the next few months, Pato Labs continued their TikTok campaign. They worked with artists like Sarah Benito, Iris from Halloween, and Lily Pichu to make music for the game, and Starlight Revolver entered early access in August 2025 with pretty high expectations.
Now, I don't think you would hire, like, these VTubers or, like, fucking mid-idol celebrities if it was a crypto scam, because you don't need to hire those people.
Fortunately, it didn't take long for things to collapse. Many of the bugs from the demo persisted into early access. Players couldn't get past the character select screen, in-game currency, which players had to grind hours to earn, were disappearing from their accounts without a trace. In addition, the crypto scam narrative was beginning to completely take over. The fact that there were still so many bugs in the game was evidence that Starlight Revolver wasn't the company's main priority. There had to be something else going on behind the scenes. This conspiracy, whether it was true or not, led to very few people actually trying the game out for themselves. It felt really similar to Highguard, where the internet ripped so hard into Starlight Revolver before it had launched that no one was willing to spend money to actually try the game when it entered early access. Despite all of
Okay, I don't think that's why Highguard failed. I think it's because it's another fucking looter shooter when we don't need any more. The Fortnite exists and it's free.
the social media push that they put out for the game launched to an abysmal 499 concurrent players. We can't even say that the game received poor reviews because not enough players tried the game out to leave reviews. There's almost no accounting for this bad of a flop. Over the next few weeks, the player count never got any higher. In November 2025, just 3 months after launch, Pato Labs announced major cuts. The studio laid off half its team, moved to working fully remote, and confirmed that Starlight Revolver would stop receiving major updates. Multiplayer servers were scheduled to shut down in early December, turning the game into a single-player offline title. And all cosmetics were unlocked for existing owners as a half-hearted, sorry for wasting your time.
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
The final blow came in February 2026, when Pato Labs announced it was shutting down completely. Daniel Zhou announced that the game had not achieved the commercial success needed to continue development. The studio failed to secure additional funding, surprise surprise, and player numbers continued to decline. As a result, all ongoing projects, including their next game, Edge of Divinity, were cancelled, and the team released the Edge of Divinity demo for free as a final gesture. Starlight Revolver is a very interesting case study. $17.5 million is no small sum of money. The question is, where did it all go? Daniel claims that a big portion went towards salaries, hosting servers, and of course, developing the game. Starlight Revolver also had a huge marketing push, hosting in-person collaborations with creators like Iron Mouse and CDawg VA, and as mentioned, they had a bunch of songs made from Iris from Halloween, Sarah Benito, Lily Pichu, and others. But apart from the game, what happened to that UGC platform? No assets or tools were ever released to the public, there have been no announcements about open sourcing the code, selling the IP, or handing the project off to another team, and it seems like the dream.
As I said, Mike, this might be a development tool, or some of you who are more into the anime stuff where you might want to keep an eye on what happened to this company and their IP. It might just show up open source one day with no fan
of an anime Roblox that so many investors put their faith into simply died with the company. It's still unclear why Starlight Revolver failed so spectacularly. 100,000
Or another theory, someone's laundering drug money and it doesn't matter.
Wishlist is no small feat, yet less than 1% of those even tried the game out when it finally launched. Many believe the negative press leading up to the game's release deterred players from even trying it. As well, the game had a $20 price tag, while other games like Genshin Impact are free to play. Getting players in the door and hooked could have saved Starlight Revolver, but launching with a $20 price tag, as well as in-game cosmetics, felt like it just wasn't worth people's time. At the end of the day, we'll never know for certain what could have been. All we know is that money can't buy you happiness, and it certainly doesn't guarantee a successful game.
Unless you're Pocket Pair and you make Palworld and you win the lawsuit against Nintendo, which is pretty rad. Okay.